Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. Here is a choral puzzle that was created by Bakpao as a training, a practice puzzle for the upcoming Grand Prix round, WPF Puzzle Grand Prix. So the rule about choral is that you have to shade some of the cells, and you can't create a 2x2 square of shaded cells. And all shaded cells must form a connected area, and each unshaded cell must be connected to the border of the grid, and those numbers are the length of consecutive shaded cells, not necessarily in order, which means that it's not necessarily 1, 2, and 4. It could be any permutation of 1, 2, and 4. But what you can see is that with 1, 2, and 4, in any case, those two cells will be shaded. That's a certainty. And that's about all I can see about this, where 2, 2, and 2, those three cells will always be shaded. Because if you try to unshade this cell, then there's no room to put those three consecutive sets. And the same happens here with this, this, and that. Or here, 2 and 5. So it's either 2 somewhere here with 5. I'm not sure I can deduce anything from that, except that this has to be part of the 5. Because if I try to put this out of the 5, then 5 must be either here or there, and there's not enough room. So this is part of the 5, so this must be with the 5. Right. Then what do we have? This is part of 1, 3, and you can't ever shade this cell. If you try to shade this cell, then this forms something of length 4. So this is unshaded. And now we must fit 7 cells in 8 cells, meaning that the other shaded region is somewhere in those 5 cells, so they use those 2, and it must use this one as well. Oh, and then we have one of the ones here, so those are unshaded. Now the question is, where do we put the 4? And actually this is the 2. I think it shows that it can only be 2, then 4, then 1. If I try to put 4 here, well, I create a 2x2 square, and here I can't put 4, so 4 has to be here, and that's 1, and that's 2. All of this is fulfilled. Here they can't be shaded, and those 3s are fulfilled. And then 2, oh, now those 2s are put like this. One of the 2s here is done, and the other one uses one of those 2 cells, so the other cells are unshaded. This can't be shaded because it would be disconnected from the rest. That's a 2. That's a 2 as well, and the 5 uses those cells. That's a 1. That's a 2. There's another 2 here. And the other one uses one of the remaining cells, 2x2. Like this. This will never be shaded. And this is something you encounter in cave puzzles as well. If you try to shade this, then you know that this cell must be connected with this, and whatever path you use to connect this with that, you will disconnect either this unshaded or this unshaded cell from the border. and it will break the rules, so this can't be shaded. We can't have a checkerboard pattern in a 2x2 box, and the same happens here. The same happens here. And then we have 1, 1 here. The same happens here with the checkerboard pattern. Those are isolated. There's a 2x2 something. Now, how do we finish that? 1 and 1. One of them must be here, the other one must be here. So, how do we connect all of this? This can't be shaded because of those two. So there's 1, 2 here, one other 2 in this area. Not sure what I can do with that. Oh, here is something interesting. This part must join the rest of the shaded cells. It could be here, it could be here, but it can't be both because it would create a 2x2 square. But what is certain is that this is not connected to this part, because there again it would create a 2x2 block. So this has to connect to the bottom part through this channel. So this will be connected to that. And this must come out this way, and now this row is complete. 2x2, that's a 2, 2x2, and the third one is here. Because of the checkerboard pattern, this must be shaded, this has to be unshaded, this has to be unshaded, this also. Now this must connect, so it has to come out, must join this. And the way it joins can't be like this, because it would break the 2. So it has to join this way. So that's a 1. And now the 2 can only be put in this position. So this here is 1 and the 2 is down there. This one, this last one must be here or there, but that's a 5. So they join right here, and that's it. That's it. The last 2 was here, the last one was here. And this finishes the solve of this coral puzzle by Bakpao, and I really enjoyed it. Of course, I'm not the fastest solver, but if you're a regular of the channel, you already know that. So thanks for watching this video. See you soon on SudoKanard.